Today I'm going to pick some of these. These are dragon fruit, yellow dragon fruit, and unlike the red dragon fruit, they have a lot of spikes on them, a lot of thorns, which are pretty tricky. So I've got to be really careful to not get thorns in my hands. And as you can see, there's a fair bit on. Well, I've got a few hanging there. I'm not sure if you can see, but there's quite a few different dragon fruits hanging there. So let me just zoom in and show you what they look like. This is how they are, and as you can see, they've got these pretty lethal thorns on them, which get stuck in your finger straight away. So I've got to take them off quite carefully to not get jabbed. So let's get to it. I'm going to collect them in a bowl. Get rid of these first. And even these parts are covered in thorns, so I have to hold them very carefully. And I don't just throw them on the ground, which I would normally do, because that way I'll probably end up walking on them. So I'm just going to put them in a little spot where I won't walk. In a hollow tree stump there. Okay, let's get back to this. There's two of them. The whole plant has got the thorns on them. It's like it's a cactus, a climbing cactus. Climbs on trees. You can actually see the tree that it's climbing on is called a paper fig. The birds love the figs. It's got a lot of figs on there at the moment, but they're a bit they've got to be really black and soft for them to be edible, and they soon get your tongue burning if you eat too many of them. But the birds love them, and I've used the tree as a place for the dragon fruit to grow over it. So easy to get these things stuck in your finger. That one, and a little modest collection of dragon fruits. And yellow dragon fruits are actually the best of the dragon fruits. They are so sweet. I much prefer them to the red ones or the white ones. They're my favorite, definitely by far my favorite dragon fruit. So I'll head over to Quetta and we'll get the thorns off and try one for you. So I picked these, and now I've come to Quetta, and she normally takes care of the spikes, the little hedgehog things, because I'm afraid of them. They're too scary for me. They're like so. Oy.
Yeah, better.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. I'll go around the other side of the camera and I'll zoom in while you're doing it.
Oh, look.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's the spikiness of the dragon fruit. As I've said, these are the best.
Really sharp.
Yeah, the best dragon fruits. And normally dragon fruits don't have the spikes on them.
No, this is the only one.
Yeah.
So I will show you.
Yeah.
Now they push. Just paddle.
Yeah. So,
carefully.
yeah.
You just, and make sure they don't flying anywhere because they very easily stick. They very like fine, long needles, and they like to get in.
Yes, if they get on the ground, you can easily walk on them being barefoot, and that's not very pleasant.
Yeah, or if you do this anywhere, it can even fly on you and stick on your clothes, and
That's
then
right.
stick in you.
That's right.
And so this is very well protected fruit from the predators.
Yeah.
I think. But we are smart enough to know how to handle it. And so this one, I just clean one.
Yes.
Because of course we're not going to waste your time this cleaning whole everything, and we show you just one fruit.
Yeah, we'll cut him open and eat him.
I just want to say, Taki, also they're getting each year bigger. Oh. And this is how it grows on this green.
Yeah. Yeah, that's part of the cactus.
That's the leaf of
That's
the
the yeah.
cactus.
Oops. And look, you've got two of them on the ground there, and this is how dangerous they are. Little minefields.
And two. Okay, Tak, you can put camera back.
Okay.
Come back. So this is the fruit. You cut it.
Okay. All right. So cut him in half.
Ještě počkej, tady ještě.
I'll be careful.
They
I can see.
ne,
I can
to
see them.
potom se
I can see them.
They also difficult to see. They still find those spikes.
Spikes. Yeah, the spikes are very fine. So that's what they look like inside. Now they look like a red dragon fruit that's white inside, but they're not. The taste is quite different. The taste is very, very different to the red one.
I won't eat it because for me it's early. I don't eat so early, but
Yes. I'll try it. I've got no qualms about eating it now.
It's very juicy, much more juicy than other dragon fruit.
Yeah.
It's much more sweet than any other dragon fruit we know. We both of us, I think, tasted only red and white.
Yeah.
This is yellow.
Yeah.
And
it's got a very different flavour to the red-white one and the red one.
it's total opposite. Red is nice. I love the red dragon fruit. White is also nice, but I prefer the white in a mix with other fruit, like in a fruit salad, because in that case the white dragon fruit would soak in some juices from other fruits in fruit salad, and then it's also very tasty. But on its own, it's good for people who like really those bland, mild, very mild flavors.
Yeah. I find that the red one has got a kind of perfumey taste at the back of it, which doesn't really appeal to me very much. I know Kreta really likes them. I take them or leave them. I'm not really a great fan of them. I don't mind the red one in a smoothie, mixed with maybe bananas or orange or something. But by themselves, I'm not a great fan of them. Whereas these, I can eat like lots of them because they're very sweet. They're very delicious fruit.
Yeah, you can see. Have some. You can see how it's attached to the green stalk, green leaf, the thick leaves. And I also want to say they're getting each year bigger. The first year they were about half size. So I was surprised. This is the first fruit of the season this year.
Yeah.
And when Mango brought them in a house and showed me this beauty, this big treasure, so exciting. I was never excited when I used to buy, I don't know, bread and butter, you know, ages ago. I never get so excited, but see, each time we bring home a new fruit, maybe from garden or markets or even a supermarket, sometimes we buy. It's always excitement, big excitement.
Yeah.
So Mango's taking good care of the plant because the fruit is getting itchy, big out.
Yeah.
So that's white sapote.
Not white sapote.
Yeah, I always, when I say white, I
Yeah.
want to say sapote.
Yeah.
I also mix mango and avocado. I often mix the names, and it's interestingly enough exactly the same thing does Mango's father. Your dad, he does that.
Yeah, he says
makes
mango when he
also-
means avocado.
Maybe it's some
avocado.
Slavic
Thing.
subconscious thing because he's Polish originally.
My father, that is, not me.
Yeah.
I was born in the UK.
Yeah, but the father comes from Poland after war, during the war. But this is not the topic. I just want to say that this is delicious.
Yeah.
It's rare. We never seen it so far at the markets.
No.
And we live in an area. How long? You are the mathematics now.
Since 2009, so 14 years now. Yeah.
Doesn't have any extra snow. It's just that freshness. So how many years?
14.
14 years.
Yeah.
And the place changed so much.
But not here. We've been living here since 2013, so 10 years.
In two other
Oh,
places.
it's been 11 years now since we moved in here.
Thank Christ. I'm
Anyway.
sure you're all aware.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you forgot something, or if you're curious about some more information about this amazing, delicious fruit, yellow dragon fruit, just please let us know, and let us know you there on the other side, so we don't feel abandoned in the middle of the sea. And we thank you for everything. We love you, and we're sending you a lot of love. Bye.
Take care. Bye.